Woo! Okay, finally got this frickin' microphone working. Thank God. I figured this would be better than having y'all listen to clips of Joe Rogan talking about UFOs while I'm driving along the New Zealand countryside. We left Hooker Lake the other day, and now we are headed to the magical, wonderful Mount Sunday. Now, the map's going to make it look like it's really close, but this was, I don't know. I want to say 6 hours. I did, sleep somewhere and then head over to Mount Sunday the next day. We're pulling in now. A lot of bumpy gravel. It was beautiful. This is where they shot some of the Lord of the Rings, one of my favorite spots. So I'll let the past Zach talk a little bit, and you can get a taste for what he saw.
All right. It's about 10 a.m. on Sunday. Oh, how perfect. It's Sunday in New Zealand, and we are here at Mount Sunday, which is Edoras. I always forget if I'm saying it right. Where my Riders of Rohan at. Dope. If I get to go all the way to the top. There's like nobody out here. Oh, that's New Zealand. Take some more videos on the way. Riders of Rohan. Hope the wind's not too bad. So, the way I understood it, they started scouting stuff for Lord of the Rings in like 1998. Peter Jackson and some guys got up in a helicopter and just flew around New Zealand. That's how they found the Shire and stuff up there near Auckland. And I think the same is true for this location. And if you remember the movie, a lot of the shots are like from over there, looking this way. But you're not going to come all the way out here and then not stand on top of the thing. There's nothing left up here. They took 9 months to build the location for these scenes, and they did it all by helicopter. So they flew in piece by piece, little pieces of those buildings and stuff that were up here for 9 months, flew in by helicopter. And I can understand now why they did that, because there's like 30 kilometers of dirt road, gravel road, and it is shaky in that Nissan Caravan. Holy shit. Cool though. And then it's all gone now. All that's left is, this isn't even from the movie, this is a geological survey marker. You can see some people have written some Lord of the Rings stuff on here. Yeah. It's really cool. Is that a fallout? That's cool. Yeah, we hear you. Sheep are just going.
We're just hitting military industrial. This is all this stuff. But if you start from
this is the drive. It's like 25 kilometers of graded gravel road. And a truck could do this no problem, but a 2011 Nissan Caravan with little VW tires on it, it just, gotta go slow. It sucks. But it was worth it, man. That was awesome.
Here we are, folks. We have turned into
Christchurch. It is smaller than I thought it was. A very pretty city. I say smaller. Just doesn't have big skyscrapers like every, city you go into the US. Here I am. Oh, and here's the church. Dilemma. I just don't know what to do with myself. I have 3 more nights on the South Island. I've seen the mountains, I've seen the beach, we're not going down to the very south of this island, which is disappointing, but I would be driving right here. It's 9.5 hours to get to Milford Sound, and that's without stops and getting gas and ice and beer and food, so it'll take me 12 hours, and then I've got to come back all that way, so there's just no way I can go to Milford Sound, and I kind of X'd that out the other day. Now I don't know what to do with myself though. There's plenty, everywhere you go in New Zealand's beautiful, and you're not going to miss out if you don't go somewhere, there's something else for you. I just don't know what I want to see between Christchurch and Picton. I'm on the east side of the island. we came down on the west side, and that was pretty dope. But I don't want to backtrack. Kind of want to see something new every day. I don't want to go back. Arthur Pass is where I went through. Arthur Pass is where I went through the mountains to get over to Mount Cook. And Arthur Pass was incredible, but I don't know if I want to go back up through that way. I kind of want to go see the east side of the island. But looking at the map, the camping is kind of The scenic landscapes are, I don't want to say meh, they're just, it's very plains-like over here. You know, over on the west side, it's like mountains straight into the west side of the island, the ocean. So I'm gonna walk around and do some thinking. Had a coffee, and it's about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Still got 5 hours of daylight. Yeah, we'll figure out what to do. But there's your update. The government departmental buildings, I'm sorry. Yeah. Cool.
Oh my gosh. Let's try this again. This is the third time I've recorded this. Still got the microphone out. I took all this wonderful video of Christchurch, New Zealand, and I didn't bother to say a damn thing while I was shooting all of it. So let's start here. This is Robert Falcon Scott. You read up on him. Turns out he's a super cool guy. Big Antarctic explorer, kind of a base of operations here in New Zealand. He died, unfortunately, while on the Terra Nova expedition at the South Pole. And they threw up the statue of him back in 1913. So, it's one of those things you look up and just think, I'm not doing anything important with my life. I'm just coasting. This was actually cooler than the monument, in my opinion. I really liked these plaques, this raised representation of the continent of Antarctica. I thought that was just the cherry on top of this statue. Let's look at those trolleys. These were so cool. These look like old sports cars. Who knows how long they've been around, but they seem they were kind of for tourists, Kiwis. If you're out there riding them, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to do it myself. Moving on to the statue of John Robert Godley, the founder of Canterbury, as they say. So played a big part of settling this area. And they erected the statue of him. Now, my understanding is that the 2011 Christchurch earthquake was not too kind to this statue, and I think it fell over, was damaged. They re-erected it in 2011, stuck a time capsule down in there. And then here's another statue, Citizens War Memorial for World War I. All those men and women who gave their lives in World War I. Thank you, New Zealand. The world thanks you. Seriously, thank goodness we don't live in a time when everybody's just killing each other. I'll keep it going here. I'll spare you the suffering of having to listen to little clips of Joe Rogan and UFO podcasts that were in my ear the whole time driving over to the oh my gosh, why can't I say it now? It's going to be on the screen in 5 seconds. Aroka? Oh my gosh, I know that's wrong. I was getting so good at saying these places. This is just, I'd say, like an hour outside of Christchurch, maybe a little bit longer. On the map, it looks close. But it's this beautiful, beautiful lake at the very center of what I think was an old volcano or some sort of crater. Stunning. I could totally see myself spending more time here if I was living in New Zealand. Beautiful holiday parks, beautiful kayaking, sailing, just walking, biking, lots of lovely restaurants. The people were amazing, and a lot of fun to talk to, so we'll get to see a little bit more of that. It was kind of crazy, this last part down into the holiday park. I don't think I took a wrong turn, but this was not meant for a 2011 Nissan Caravan. on teeny little Volkswagen tires. So let's check in with past Zach and see what he's doing. I think he's headed to dinner here in this next one.
All right, we made it. We're at Akaroa Holiday Park. It's a little crowded, but very, very nice. And this is just southeast of Christchurch. If you look at it on a map, it's like an ancient collapsed volcano mountain, and all around it is, it's a bay in the middle with all these ships, all these little sailboats. Hopefully I get some shots of that. And all around it are these just beautiful vineyards and houses, cottages, and campgrounds. So here we are. This seemed like the right move. I didn't want to do any more driving. It took me about an hour to get here from Christchurch. But hey, not bad. Right now I'm walking down to the little village. Hopefully gonna get some food and a beer. Maybe they got that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight on right now. The guy at check-in, who just wouldn't stop talking about it. She's like, who you think's gonna win? Who you wanna win? I've got money on Mike Tyson. And gave me a good laugh, asking me about how I felt about Trump and Kamala. I've noticed the New Zealanders they lean Trump. I don't say anything, but it's funny. They have a lot to say about all the good he's going to do, so that's nice to hear. So I appreciate that. They like Americans. I think that over here, based on what I've seen and what they've talked about, American politics is like a reality show to them. Like the way we watch Survivor. And I'm basing that on conversations I've had, plus, like, I see it at bus stops. Like, the signage at bus stops in New Zealand is like a Trump versus Kamala. Like, it looks like it's a boxing match. Like that kind of poster. So, interesting. Anyway, walking down, finally getting down to the village now. And gonna find some foods. And I hope it all works out. Oh, it's beautiful. Still got about an hour or two of sunlight. Yeah, no complaints here. Cool. Okay, check back in, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight. Not much more to show you, but look at that hillside there. And all around, we're at like the middle of like this volcano thing. Could be wrong. Anyway, peace. Yeah, I'd say this is the right move. Coming here. Look at this hillside. Don't you just want to herd a whole bunch of sheep up there or something? You've got all these little ridges. Very cool. God, New Zealand. It's a World War II memorial. Very pretty. Oh, well, that was great. We went to the Grand Hotel, which is what I was suggested from the very beginning when I first got here, is go to the Grand Hotel. It's a nice little pub with beers and food, nice pub food. But I walked all over town seeing what else they had available, and you should walk around. You should see what they got to offer. But ended up being a really nice time. They had a guy playing guitar in there. Couldn't get enough of it. I kept ordering. I was like, I'm gonna have a beer. I had 4. Yeah, and he was playing. It's crazy. No matter where I go, in the last few months I went to Alaska, I went to Puerto Rico, I went to Japan, I went to Tokyo, and now I'm here in New Zealand, and there's one constant in all of those places, and it's 1980s music, 1980s pop music to be more specific, and I love it. It's like no matter where you go, they're going to be playing Tears for Fears. So good stuff. Had to tip I tipped the musician, the guy playing guitar, and he didn't have like a tip bucket. They don't tip over here. So I don't know if that was right, but he seemed very grateful, and I was grateful to him. So anyway, good evening. I'm gonna head back to camp and go to sleep. Night night. Gorgeous. There's the van, and I'm on a hunt to get some bottled water because I'm out of water. Have ice and beer, but no water. I don't know what to do today. Got about 5.5 hours to get back to Picton, and I have to be there in 48 hours. I really have to be there in like 50 hours. Oh, we're gonna do it, but I'm gonna walk around a little bit, stretch my legs, get some water, see if there's any kayakers out there, hang out.
Okay. Some more B-roll. Headed out of Akaroa. Sorry, New Zealand. I'm really trying here. Just wanted to give a little few more shots of what it looks like. These walking paths, little restaurants along the bay here. gorgeous, gorgeous little town. Definitely on my list whenever I do get back to New Zealand. Cannot wait. We are headed over to the next campsite. Now, we're going to talk to Zach in a second, and you don't know it yet, but something's wrong. He's not going to tell you. He will tell you in the next episode, but something tragic happened to me while I was down there. Not really. I mean, it sucked, but this is a little bit of foreshadowing. You know, we're on episode, what is this, episode 5 of my New Zealand adventure. Start at episode 6. You'll find out exactly what happened to me that, you know, it ain't fun. Nobody wants it. But, yeah, let's go check in with him. And, you know, he seems a little, I don't know, down.
All right. Hung out in that town for a little bit this morning till about noon. Read my book in the park. It was nice. I'm about an hour and a half from there now. I'm sitting in like a suburb of Christchurch, New Zealand, and we're about 4 hours and a quarter from Picton, where I need to be on the 19th. Today is the 17th. So, driving up the East Coast, probably drive for another hour or two and just stop when it looks right. Stop when, you know, I get tired of driving and find somewhere to camp near the beach, I think, tonight. And no hiking today. I don't want to hike. I don't really want to drive either. Just kind of take it easy. I'm feeling very relaxed. I kind of just want to chill. I've set out to do and accomplished a lot in the last week, and yeah, kind of boring update. But that's it. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, see, what the hell was that? Didn't he seem kind of weird to you? He wasn't his usual cheery self. It's like, you know, got the stink bug. I don't know. Headed up through Lewis Pass right now. Absolutely stunning. Not to be confused with Arthur's Pass, which we came through a few days ago. These drives, yeah, they can be tough on you, especially if you're driving on the right side of the car, on the left side of the road, in a 4-cylinder vehicle. A whole bunch of stuff shaking behind you, but man, you cannot beat these views. You could go to New Zealand and just drive, and you'd have a great time. I came across this awesome campsite in Lewis Pass. We're about to pull up now, so I'll let Zach get back to talking. He's going to be... What's up with him? I don't know.
We're back in the mountains. How did I get here? I was weighing my options, and I was like, I was just driving along that coast, and I wasn't digging it. Like, it was beautiful, of course, but it just, it's like, man, I've only got really one more potential night to be in the mountains on the South Island, so I'm going to use it. And it probably added 2 hours to my driving. To give you some idea from where I was, that last update I gave you, where I was sitting in that parking lot, the Picton, the ferry town that I've got to be in 2 days, was 3 hours and 50 minutes away or something like that. This, where I am now, this is called Lewis Pass. Came through there. This was 1 hour and 50 minutes away. So I knew that I wasn't going to make it all the way to Picton tonight. I don't need to be all the way up there tonight. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drive up Lewis Pass. I haven't been up this way yet, and it's still like a scenic route back to Picton. Here I am. So from here, I think what we'll do is tomorrow morning we will drive back to Marangi Bay. And that was like day 4, day 5. It was definitely my first night on this island, and I enjoyed it so much that I'm going to go back there. And it's 25 minutes, 30 minutes from the ferry. It'll be a great place to wrap up this South Island. But tonight, Lewis Pass. And this is really cool. This is probably the most isolated I've ever been. You can kind of maybe see a camper right up there. There's another one over there. I saw at least 2 more cars, maybe like 100 yards that way, but this is it. This is it, folks. I'm making dinner. Yeah, gonna just relax tonight and eat some lamb. Ooh, there's so much lamb here. Peace.